All right, I got my measuring spoons in hand, and we are going to start putting some delicious spices in our pot. We're going to start off with some nice dried green parsley. Beautiful looking stuff. We're going to add 1 teaspoon to our pot. Now we're going to take and add a half a teaspoon of salt. If you're on a low salt diet, don't put the salt in, but it sure does bring out the flavor of the beans. We're going to take a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. And you know, you can always increase the salt and black pepper if you choose, because you're cooking it for yourself, so you make it exactly the way you like it. Now, that's down-home style cooking. And we're going to put in 1/8 of a teaspoon of celery seeds, unground celery seeds. Now, this is going to be set aside, and we are going to stir these in. We're going to bring this to a boil, reduce it to a simmer, and we're going to let it slow cook covered for half an hour, 45 minutes, until those beans are nice and tender. Now, we're going to pull over our other big fry pan, and we're going to start making our main course. Yes, this is a hot Creole broccoli cheese casserole. It is fantastic. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to take ourselves 4 tablespoons, that's half a stick, of delicious fresh butter. We're going to let that start melting. Now, I am not going to be using the food processor for this one. What I'm going to do is use a knife. Man is dangerous. We got 1 long, slim red cayenne pepper. And what do we do with the little heads of that, John?
Cut them off.
And throw them away. All right. Now, what you want to do is very carefully slice this into nice, thin little slices. You don't want to use the food processor because you want visible little bits of this. And let me tell you something, this is only a hot cayenne pepper. That means it's only up there like on a 7 or 8 on the heat scale. It's not like a horrible hot habanero, but you still must wash your hands with warm soap and water. Otherwise, you've got lethal weapons. Yes, I guess if you're going to go into a bar fight and you had hot peppers on your hands, you'd be the meanest dude in the bar. All right, now, we get them in there. We're going to let them start simmering. And what else are we going to use? Onions, that's right. Hey, Freeze, you like onions?
Oh, I love onions, Bill.
He loves onions. Let me tell you something. This boy, he loves his onions. I got a nice medium onion. I didn't like the look of that one, so guess what? I've done recycled it right out into the compost heap. Use perfect food. Don't let yourself cook with second-rate food, because you know something? You are not anything but a first-rate audience. That's right. Now, you're going to take and peel this onion, get rid of the tops, and you're going to take and cut it in half, and you're going to slice it. Slice it about 1/8 of an inch thick. You want nice, long slivers of delicious onion. This is going to be a fabulous casserole. It's got a tomato base, hot peppers. It's a Creole creation. We're going to serve it on a wonderful bed of rice, and I'll tell you all about the rice we're going to use in a little bit. We'll take these onions, get them in our pan. Listen to that sizzle. Oh, boy, if you could smell the aromas. You'd reach right up, you'd jump across your living room, and you'd dive into that TV set, only to find out that it's made out of glass. Now, what we're going to do here is, before we get to orange pepper, I got me a bunch of broccoli. Now, take a look at this. This is a rather exceptional bunch of broccoli. It's 1 giant stalk. You can use a bunch that's a lot of stalks or a little stalk. It doesn't matter. We're going to cut the florets aside. Now, what you want to do here is you want to trim off the hard edge and peel this down with a knife so you get the tough outer skin. Sometimes you get young, tender broccoli, and let me tell you, if they grow this big, they are not young broccoli. They're a little more mature, so you want to get rid of that hard outer skin and any dried sections. We'll just toss this out of here. Can you smell the aromas through your TV set? I know John can smell them. Right, John?
Yum, yum.
Yum, yum. All right. You know, the crew loves this show because they get to eat this stuff when we're done. So we're going to take that broccoli stalk, and we're going to reduce it to nice small chunks, and we're going to get this in that saute pan now and let that saute some. Broccoli stalk is a nice firm vegetable, good fiber. That means it's good for you, but it's got to cook a little longer. Now, we'll get that in there, we'll give that a stir, and we'll take a look over here. Our soup is just beginning to come to a boil. This is a rich, delicious, stick-to-your-ribs dish. Soon as it comes to a full boil, we'll lower that heat and simmer it for half hour, 45 minutes. Now, gonna do my little pepper trick. If you've been watching my show for a while, you'll know I got this little trick. I cut the pepper around the crown, and voila! The insides come out perfectly clean, and you can just take and press this just a little bit, and away comes the whole center and the stem, and you've got like zero waste. Now, what we're going to want to do is cut this pepper into 4 sections, and we're going to do what I'd call julienne, yes sirree. We're going to just take and make nice little long slivers out of this wonderful orange pepper. You can use orange pepper, you can use yellow pepper. Now, Mike Freeze, what's your favorite color pepper?
Red, Bill.
Red? Uh-oh, last week it was, these fickle people. Well, I love all the colors. I think the green ones are kind of plain, so I like these bright colored ones. And if you didn't know it, those nice green peppers you buy in the market, they are the same peppers as the red and yellow bell peppers. The only difference, and this is why the bright colored ones cost longer, these are allowed to stay on the vine longer, and they ripen, and they turn these gorgeous colors. Now, while I chop up this pepper and put it into the fry pan, you sit back, you relax, and what are you gonna have them do, John?
Cook with fire.